Hey everyone, it is Stove here, and yeah, it's been a little bit with personal stuff and with my computer wanting to mess up as much as it has been. Can't necessarily say that I was ready to endure a bunch of crap that was happening, but yeah, we are pretty much going to be going through and reviewing the college football game the college football games that happened not week 10. Well, I did look at it, and yes, it is week 10. Okay, cool. So anyway, yeah, let's get right into it here, folks. You got Kennesaw State. They went at home. James Madison blowout Texas State. A couple of other solid games, pretty close games in the smaller regions, conference-wise. Memphis being ranked 25th. Well, I'm pretty sure they might still be ranked, probably a little bit higher though this time, because I'm pretty sure Cincinnati is now ranked 25th. But Rice lost on Halloween. North Carolina actually won at Syracuse, so that's pretty interesting. LT winning against Sam Houston, and then we get to the Saturday games. Ohio State beating Penn State like I figured that they would. Indiana doing their thing against Maryland. Georgia versus Florida was a very back and forth game. Loved that. Ole Miss having a good time at home. Still was kind of close a little bit, but they did well against South Carolina. Georgia Tech being upsetted by their conference rivals in NC State, a very huge upset that people weren't expecting at all. Vandy getting upsetted against Texas, which, to be fair, everyone knew, like, if Archie Manning was going to show up, that was the time to do it. And now, because of their win, they're more than likely going to get that spot, and Vandy's going to drop down huge. But Texas is going to get up into the probably not top 10, but definitely in the top 14, top 12, the highest I'm going to give them, really. Like, I don't think they're gonna swap with Vandy and Vandy's just gonna go right back down to 20 or top 25. I don't think that that's really the thing there, but I do think both teams are incredible, and that really determined between Vandy and Texas. Like, that really determined who was more than likely going to still make it in these college playoffs. Now, Texas just needs to win all the rest of the games. Vandy, they technically still have a chance. It's just they need to win all their games too, which right now I'm pretty sure you look at Vandy's squad, it's a bit tough. Same with Oklahoma, I believe. So, Oklahoma and Ole Miss are some decently tough. I literally talked about it a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, where either Oklahoma or Ole Miss had, like, ranked opponents straight the rest of the way through. So it would have been very tough for them. SMU even upsetting number 10 Miami, which, again, Miami started off very well as the undefeated team and got jumped up to like top 5 in the predictions of winning the Natty this year, but losing the way they did against the Louisville Cardinals, and now losing against the SMU Mustangs, not exactly something that you would find in a Natty team, a Natty winning team, in my opinion. But anyway, that's 3 teams, both number 8, number 9, and number 10, all three of them losing their spots in the top 10. Notre Dame had, you could say, maybe a close game against Boston College, but they had mostly full control of that. Texas Tech beating Kansas State, and it's actually kind of funny. There's a lot of I'm pretty sure, yeah, almost all of the ranked top 25 teams were playing as the away teams this past weekend. Crazy enough. But Virginia beating California, that's pretty good. Oklahoma and Tennessee had a good back and forth match, and Oklahoma and Tennessee will probably just swap their rankings. Louisville beating Virginia Tech, somewhat close. Cincinnati getting absolutely romped against Utah. I mean, at Utah, that it's going to be tough. A tough one for Cincinnati to try to get back into, but I could see it happening. Michigan taking a very close win against Purdue. West Virginia beating Houston, which was pretty interesting. I don't think West Virginia has done too much this year. Nebraska and USC having a close game. Illinois doing their thing against Rutgers. Clemson getting beat by Duke. My goodness. Baylor versus UCF, no surprise there. I just feel like Baylor is that squad, really. UConn putting up some good numbers against UAB. And Army versus Air Force. Army takes this one this year. Navy gets beat by North Texas, at North Texas. Arizona State beating out Iowa State in a very close game. I think it wasn't necessarily too much of a close game the first half, because Arizona State had put some points on them already. It's just their defense kept Iowa State from scoring any touchdowns, or at least too many touchdowns. So I give them credit for that one. East Carolina doing their thing. New Mexico, UNLV having a very back and forth game. Like I said, you guys could watch this stuff going back and forth. I was able to watch a few of these, watch some of the highlights, and pretty crazy stuff, really. Not too many games, actually, because I'm doing this pretty darn quickly as I'm like looking at the stuff here. But maybe I should slow down a little bit, or maybe not. This could be good for me. But Michigan State versus Minnesota. Minnesota wins in overtime. Solid there. Pittsburgh versus Stanford. Stanford was trying to definitely, you could see that they were trying to put some points on the board, but Pittsburgh just playing like just the better team. Delaware doing, well, as you expect Delaware to do, but Liberty putting up 59 points. I believe that might be the most this past weekend for a D1, D1 school. Fresno State beating Boise State. Boise State losing at home against Fresno State. You would think that they would probably lose to a better team, no offense. Old Dominion putting up some numbers. Nice, very good for a lot of away teams winning. You would think that they wouldn't have, but Old Dominion's pretty solid though, at least for the teams that they face. Mississippi State and Arkansas had a back and forth game. Both these two teams really nowhere near being able to face anybody for a conference championship or anywhere close to being in the college playoffs, but a very good back and forth game. Two SEC schools that are showing that, hey, like, you're the worst. No, you're the worst. You're the worst. No, okay, I'm the worst. And that's pretty much what Arkansas said. But no, I'm kidding. Both teams had very good fire and very good plays on both offense and defense, mostly offense though. Oklahoma State getting beat by Kansas. The Michigan, the two delinquent Michigan brothers, or Michigan universities, Central Michigan and Western Michigan. Yeah, I mean, it's a close game. Nothing too flashy or fancy, really. Arizona kicking the crap out of Colorado. That's what I love to see. San Diego State defending off against Wyoming at home. Nice. It was a very solid game there. Auburn and Kentucky, back and forth game. Nothing really to show too much offense. Both defenses played incredible. It really came down to who basically had the better offense, and that showed to be Kentucky. I mean, defensively though, Auburn looks great. They can be great, and you look at all of their games that they've had throughout the season. This season, Auburn has shown that they are very determined to stay in the game, but their offense puts them in a disadvantage when facing anybody, including teams like Kentucky. Oregon State and Washington State, I believe both teams being a part of the Pac-12, and just to let you know, I believe this will be the last year that those two teams will be the only two teams in the Pac-12, because in the 2026 college season, obviously if people read up on these things, you would know, and you guys can look it up if you want, but I believe in 2026, either in 2026 or 2027, you will have at least 8 or 9 teams in the Pac-12, and that's going to be pretty interesting, especially with the teams that are all in there. Boise State being one of them, actually. Wake Forest versus Florida State. Florida State taking care of Wake Forest. Honestly, I don't know why, but I did kind of think that Wake Forest was going to score a little bit more. Maybe in the 20s, like 20 or 24 points. But, Florida State took care of business. It's exactly what you want to see. Troy could not take care of business at their place. Arkansas State beat them. And Hawaii getting beat San Jose State. Solid win by San Jose State. 458. Dude, this Walker guy is absolutely killing it. Maybe I'm going to have to look up his stats later in the night, but if anyone wants to comment and tell me who this guy, where this guy came from or what this guy is, let me know, because he's an absolute monster whenever it comes to throwing that ball. But anyway, you guys, if you guys are seeing this, that means that this video went well, that there's no lag, or my microphone worked appropriately. Looks like it's working appropriately, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and yes, I will hopefully be getting right back into the rhythm of things. Again, this is my first time doing this, and I'm doing it by myself, so please, let me know. I'm just still very new at some of this stuff, or at least majority of this stuff, so please be easy on me. But anyway, yeah, I believe that is it. You guys have a fantastic day. Subscribe if you haven't already, comment, let me know what you think of the video, and really viewing this, all you guys basically are doing for me, if you guys can view this as much as possible, if you guys can share this with friends, if you guys can just kind of have this on in the background and just listen to what I have to say about some of these things. Sometimes it's literally just me going through these games, and like talking about some of the games that I felt like were more anticipating, more enticing whenever it comes to being very close. Which, that being said, Georgia and Florida, Georgia Tech and North Carolina State were pretty good. Vandy lost their legs, in my opinion. They threw a lot, got a lot of passing yards, but Texas just couldn't. I mean, Texas was able to take them down early and stop them from scoring too many points before the time ran out. So, yeah. Anyway, anyway, I'm just dragging this along for whatever reason. But yeah, just try to, if you can, support me. If you don't want to, I understand. But anyway, you guys, you have a good one, and peace.